Alright, the day has come finally to get back on Project ZomBee and get some work done on the car. What we're going to do today is we're going to get the old package tray cut out and get this new one fit to be installed so we can keep the center of the car with some strength in it. We've also got some used pieces that I got in that we needed for the interior on this car. I'll walk you around on this other side and show you what we needed to get replaced. If you remember from the original video, these side panels here have the centers all cut out for some reason. I don't want to speculate why, but both sides are like that. And there's supposed to be a cross brace here. You can see this piece here is supposed to come down, and another one on the other side. It's a V piece that helps support the package tray. So we got those used pieces because they're not reproducing those, and I got those sitting out here. I have to get everything stripped down yet. I haven't had time to do that. As you can see, we've got the pieces here. There's our V piece that we need. So I gotta get these all stripped off the car that they were cut out of, and get those prepped to go back into. Not sure which ones I'm going to do first. I may wait on the V support that goes on the package tray, because the more I look at this under seat pan, the more I'm thinking that we really probably should replace it. It does already have some holes in it, and I have a feeling that if the car goes out and gets blasted after everything's done to get it cleaned up, that it's going to come back looking like the 71 Challenger does, and that's not going to be good because I don't want to have to replace that pan then. We might as well do it now while we're going to be working on that part of the car and getting the mini tubs and everything put in. This way it'll have all new fresh metal under there. So that's what we're looking at today, is getting that package tray cut out and getting a new one prepped and ready to go in, so we can keep some structural rigidity in the car as we start to take more of it apart and get things ready to go back in this car. Alright, inside the car, first thing we got to do in order to start taking these parts out is we need to find all of our spot welds so we can drill those out and get the remaining panels prepped and ready for the new sheet metal to go in. So as you can see, look on this side here, you see all these little indentations. These are all the original factory spot welds. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a Sharpie and I'm going to go along and I find all the holes, or all my indentations, and this is where I'll know to drill the spot welds out. And I just go along and find them all around the panel and get these panels ready to come out so we can fit the new package tray. And there's a back piece that comes along here where the back filler panel fits in. We have to replace that too. And I'll be taking out these pieces here. These are what hold the headliner in. Once it's in, it wraps around there and it grabs these teeth and makes it nice and tight in the back. So all those will need to come out of the way too, because we need to make sure that we got good metal along there where the new quarters will go into. I can see I'm going to have to do a little bit of work down here in that corner. There's not a lot there, so I may have to fab up a few pieces for that to fill in what's missing. Okay, I got the remnants of the old package tray out. Wasn't too bad. I just ground down my spot welds all along here. Cut the rest of it out. There was a couple on top of this brace. Same thing on this side. And yeah, we've got to do some fabrication over here to strengthen this corner back up. There's supposed to be a piece in there. Also, it looks like there are some support pieces here that run from the back of the trunk filler panel probably all the way up underneath the package tray, and they were cut off also. So I'm going to look in my 68 just a reference to see where they go to, and I'll probably just make some new pieces out of some flat stock I've got and put those in, because those support pieces are not available that I know of, and they're just easy. They're easy enough to make. It's just a U-channel piece that sits underneath there and supports the trunk filler, so it doesn't want to move around like this when you're opening the trunk up. But we've got to finish up here. We'll clean up these spot welds. I'm going to drill these holes out, get the remnants of the V-brace off of here, and then see what I got to do about that corner. I think I may have a repair piece that Kevin got me for that. I have to go look in my stash of parts, and then we're going to go from there. These pieces will get re-welded to the new package tray so that these will stay. The bottoms will get modified because the mini tub kit that's going to go in is going to move this wheel well tub into here, so it's going to give us about another 2 inches of wheel clearance, and the kit comes with some new lower support pieces, so I won't have to worry about those. I can cut those off after I get this structure back in and this is all nice and tied together again. Then we'll go ahead and cut those off, and then start working on getting these side panels cut out next and put that structural rigidity back in the car, and then move on to, I don't know what I'm going to do next. We'll see what I do next after that. I'm either going to cut the quarters off and do the outer wheel houses, or I'm going to move the inner wheel houses in and put the mini tub kit in. One of the two. We'll get something done. We're making progress anyhow. Okay, I've been working on getting out this corner piece in here at the lower corner of the windshield, back glass I mean. It's this piece that's got to go in here. We had new replacements I found in my stash of parts. This side is the better of the two sides, but what I'm gonna do is cut open the quarter panel so I can make a small patch for this here. This piece of metal here is pretty weak, and I want to make sure that strength is back in there with, as you can see how much this moves around, so we want to make this piece as strong as we can get it, and because all the quarter panel ties into there too, so that is part of the structural rigidity of the car. We want to make sure we got good metal there that we're putting everything back together with. The other side is pretty rusted. It's gone. That corner piece is completely gone, and a lot of that lip on the bottom is gone where it attaches to, so I'm going to have to make a piece for there, and I may make a patch piece for this edge here, just to, this is really thin here, so I'd kind of like to get some strength back in that. Yeah, I kind of wish they had these pieces, replacement pieces, but you can't have everything. So we'll make do with what we got and make sure the car is good and strong when it goes back together. Alright, I opened up the quarter panel so I could access the inner quarter structure area and make a patch for this here, because this is kind of weak. I want to have a nice strong piece in here, and there's some rust on the other part of the structure. This of course is the outer wheelhouse, and this will get replaced, and this will make a new patch piece for, and we'll strengthen that back up when we do the outer wheelhouse. And I've got the patch started to make this. I just got to fine tune it, get it fit, and then I'll cut the old section out and get this one welded in, and then we can put the corner piece in, and we'll start building back our strength in this area of the car. Okay, I've got my patch panel made and I got my corner piece put in. So you saw in the time lapse, I actually did my corner piece first. There is a reference hole in the back side of this piece so I could get it set right this way, and then the upper edge here needed to line up with this edge here, so that got me my angle this way. And then I just basically, I drilled a couple holes in the package tray extension piece and just pulled it in with the vice grips. Got me some welds on there. I put three along the back side and got that set in. And then my patch piece I had was pretty close. It was a little off, so it lined up here and here. It was a little high on this back side, so I got this all welded in. And then I just put a piece of tape on here from lining up with this line, and then the edge down here. Got my straight line, went ahead and cut that off and did a little bit of fine tuning to it to get the piece set where it needs to be even with this. So this leaves this corner re-strengthened over here, and now I can get this finished welded on the inside. Tomorrow I'm gonna make some pieces for the other side and basically do the same thing over there. It looks like I'm gonna have to do patches on that side here, and at the back edge where this meets the package tray extension I'll have to make up some pieces too. Alright, day 2 on the package tray replacement, and this side's gonna be a little tricky. It really needs to have this package tray extension replaced, but that part's not available and I don't have time to go running out to a yard to try and find a used piece, so we're going to piece it back together as best we can to get the strength back in it. I'm not really worried about the aesthetics because the whole area gets covered with the package tray, and or it's inside the quarter panel or way up inside the trunk where you don't see it, so it don't have to be pretty. It just has to function and get the strength and rigidity back in this section of the car so that we can have as strong a car as possible. Okay, so I'm going to make some more patch panels for this package tray. I've got these pieces in that I needed for the inner quarter panel pieces. So I'm going to cut some out of this since it's the same gauge material that I need, and it's got the right contours and everything, and I don't have to search around for a piece that's the right size metal. So I laid a piece of tape down here. I'm going to cut on either side of it, cut a strip out so I can lay a strip along on that side, the left side of the package tray extension, so I can get the rigidity back in that where the new package tray has to weld down to it. Okay, I got the piece cut off. I took it out to the car and I set it in next to where I'm going to need to weld it in at. And I marked where I need to make another break on this. I need another 90-degree break to come out this way. That'll make this the same contour as the piece that's in the car. So we're just going to put it in the vise to do this because there's no sense in doing it in the break. This is a small piece that needs to be bent. So set it in there like so. Bend. Too much. And then you got your step down. That'll match what's in the car. I'll cut this to fit for the right size. And then I'll have my other piece that I've made up. I'll put in here after this is welded in. And then I need to make a piece that goes in the corner. I got my piece marked off. This will fit right in here after I cut this out and replace that edge that's really thin metal. And then once this one's in, I'm going to cut this edge off the back here. This piece will sit in here like that. And then I just need to make a corner piece for here so that we can reattach this back here so it's not jumping around all over the place. Okay, I got all my pieces made. I'm going to tell you, this one tested me. These weren't the easiest little pieces to make. But I got a piece made for here. So that will attach this to the inner quarter sail panel piece and stop this from flopping around. And then this piece here will go in here, on there. Let me get that attached. So that piece goes in there. And then this piece, the one that you can buy, will set in here, and it goes right in there like that, and then attaches to this piece. So everything goes in pretty much like that, and this will all be nice and solid again to put the package tray back on. Okay, I got all my pieces welded in. My edge piece, and then my under corner piece, and my filler piece I needed here, and then the factory replacement piece here in the corner. And you can see we got a much stronger edge here. The movement's about the same as on the other side. Once we get the package tray put back in here and the other filler piece that goes along the back edge, this will be nice and solid again. So then we can go ahead and we'll cut the center panel out and put it in, and then brace it off the trunk so that the height will stay the same, and then the quarters will come off this car. Okay, I got everything ground down. I got the old V support pieces cut off, And I got all my holes punched in my edges, so it's time to put the package tray in. Get everything clamped in where it needs to be. Down. That's down. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, this about kicked my butt today, but I got accomplished what I wanted to. The package tray is in. I just have to finish up some welds on the other side. That corner is rebuilt, and tomorrow I'm gonna put the back piece in, the back filler piece in, and maybe cut out the trunk filler panel back here and see about fitting that, and then we're going to take a break again. Okay, I got the filler piece installed at the back of the package tray, and everything lines up really nice. We got a good nice solid piece back here now to keep the car from flexing. And I went ahead and I cut my trunk filler panel out, and again, it's the same as all the other panel removals. Find your spot welds, either grind them, drill them, whatever your method you choose to take them out. Get rid of the spot welds. And then what I did is I cut the quarters at an angle this way to cut this lip off, but keep my distance true between the panel, so when I put the new one in, I know that it's everything's fit in there where it's supposed to be. This lip I don't need because the new quarters will have a lip on it, and I can reattach the new panel to the new quarter panels, so everything back here will be good and solid again. So the panel's loose already. It's hung up over there. Nothing ever comes out easy when you're trying to film. So there's the panel out. So when I put the new trunk filler panel in, I've got this edge to go by where the back glass channel sits down onto. That'll sit on here. And then I've got this support here that comes off of the inner wheel houses that will find holes, drill a couple holes here. That'll attach it there and here on the other lip. That'll set that in place. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut me 2 supports similar to what I have here on the rain gutters, and I'm going to put them about where the frame rail is on this panel, straight down to the frame rail, so that when we cut loose the inner wheel houses, we're not going to lose any height this way. Everything will be still attached to the frame, so the height will stay the same and nothing's going to move. You got to make sure you do this, because if you start cutting too much stuff out, things are going to start dropping and get all out of shape. So as you go along, you got to make sure you still have things attached in enough places to where nothing drops. And as you put new panels in, brace the new panels so that they stay as you're going along when you're putting your new stuff in. So that's the plan today. I'll get this filler panel, get my holes popped in it, and get it set into place, and get it welded in. Alright, final installation on the trunk filler panel and the package tray and the back filler piece that goes along the rear window edge, all in. So now we got a good solid base across the back of the car, so I know the car is not going to move or spread apart. When the quarters come off, I know where they got to go to, because the new panel was put in exactly where the old one was, so I'm not going to be questioning whether or not my quarters are in or out too far or side to side one way or the other. And here's the final look. Got that new trunk filler panel in. The new package tray is in. Before, it had that big hole cut out in the center of it for some activities unknown to mankind right now. So we're moving along with Project ZomBee, getting a little progress done. Next step in this is going to be cut the quarters out of the way so I can work on the wheelhouses. I got to do the mini tub extensions on the wheelhouses, move the wheelhouses in. We're probably going to cut out the underfloor pan. I'd like to replace the underfloor pan in this car. It's not in very good shape. So we're going to look at getting a new underfloor pan for this also. But yeah, so we're going to get some work done on this here over the next month or two. I got some other projects I got to get back on, one being the blue Chevelle that we looked at before. And we're going to start doing some work on the Challenger and get panels put together on this. So keep following along. Remember, you can also follow this build on Mopar Connection magazine, and you'll see pictures and details of what I did to install all these panels. And you can keep following here on my channel. Remember to like, share, subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet to the channel. Share all these videos with everyone you know. Everybody that's a Mopar guy is going to want to know what's going on with Project ZomBee, so be sure to share the videos, and we'll keep you going on this one as much as we can, and with other projects, as long as we keep getting the likes and the view time. We got to get view time up on the channel, or things aren't going to be able to go for much further. So grandkids, they're always here. Say hi, Violet. Say hi. Hi. There's always one of them down here. So anyhow, thanks again for watching. Appreciate it as always, and we'll see you soon.